Hello everyone, so for today's video I wanted to do a university advice video. As a uni student, I wanted to do like a video for people going into first year who don't really have much of an idea of what's going on. So I wanted to do like essential things that you need for when you go to uni. I've got pages and pages of notes just so you know what I'm looking at. I'm going to talk about freshers advice, so like freshers week, because that we'll get to it. Freshers fair, making friends, anxiety, advice, like there's just a lot of stuff, like tips and things. I made it because when I went into first year, you kind of learn as you do go along. So obviously the advice that I'm gonna give you is not gonna help you for everything, because you will have things that happen to you that I don't talk about because it didn't happen to me. Everybody's experience of uni is different, so don't think the advice that I give is gonna like concrete be what your experience is, because there's a lot of different factors that determine what your experience is going to be like. So what I describe as my experience and the tips that I give for advice is based off of me. Might not entirely match you, but I imagine some of these will help you because some of them are quite general. I also haven't filmed a YouTube video in 2 years, which is sliv, I guess. Anyone is here from 2 years ago, hey, how's it hanging? This is fun, I guess. So the first bit I've put on my iPad is essentials that you should get before moving into your accommodation. Obviously there is so much stuff that you need for your accommodation, but I'm gonna kind of give ones that some people don't think about or some people aren't sure if they're necessary or not. Okay, first one is a wash bin and also a bin bag to take your washing down. Wash bin, I think that's an obvious one. Like Circuit Laundry, they are clapped, like scam. Well, they're not a scam, but they are just the most expensive thing on the planet. So you kind of have to save your washing up a lot more than what you would like say when you're at home, because you have to pay, I think when I was in my first year accommodation, it was something like a wash and a dry came to like £4.80, something like that. So a wash bin is really useful just because obviously you can put it to the side. My one I still have now from first year, it's a little bit munted, like it has gone like, it's kind of gone saggy. So I'd probably just get one from like IKEA, TK Maxx, somewhere cheap. Just get one that's like a simple one so that you know it goes with your room, because some accommodations you go in and it's like, why is my wall purple? And then also a bag to take the washing down with. I had one of those big blue IKEA bags, so useful. Love that thing down. I use it now, even going into third year when I've got all my washing, because it's so useful. You just like drag it wherever you want to go. Next up, extension leads. Extension leads I think are quite obvious, but I would get like 4 plug extension leads, because you have a lot of extra things that you don't think about, and also you'll get stuff throughout the year that you'll want to plug in. So extension leads, you can get them from like Wilko, really cheap. Get some of them. Slides, I put slides in all caps because I guess that's important to me. I'm not going to talk about some of the horror stories of my flat in first year. Well, I'll talk about one. One of the girls I lived with put a whole carton of mouldy, like gone off curdled milk in the bin without putting the lid on it and without pouring the milk down the sink. So then the milk, like, it was like something from like Scooby-Doo. Like it literally, the milk was coming like out of the bin and like swarmed the kitchen floor. And I walked in and was like BFFR. The whole floor stank of mouldy milk for like weeks, and you don't want to walk on mouldy milk floor. So get some slides. Next up, get yourself some different lighting, get yourself some mood lighting, because uni halls, especially like certain ones where they've got like white lighting, it's not nice, it's not a vibe. So get yourself like, I got one from IKEA, a little like bulb light, that was useful. You can also get like a star light. I have a flamingo light, just so you know. Number 5, I put plug in smelly things. These are so useful because you might not think about it, but like the hallway and stuff, like the smells from the kitchen and stuff can come into your room, and it's just not nice when someone's cooking like something really fragrant. Like someone in my flat in first year, I hate tuna, like personal opinion, it's not a thing like to me, and all they would eat is tuna pasta, and so like the hallway would sometimes stink of tuna pasta, and it would like, I'm not even going to talk about it because it will make me, but you can get them in Wilko, that's where I get mine, or like Savers. You can get those plug in, I don't know what the brand is, I think it's Glade, I don't know. Get yourself some of them because people are smelly. Next up is some good Tupperware for leftovers. This is really useful. I have the ones from IKEA that have the lid that makes it airtight, just so it keeps it fresher for longer. Get yourself like 2 or 3 of them, because when you first start uni, obviously your cooking skills aren't that good, but like over the year you kind of learn certain meals that you like and you know you can make well. So just bulk make it and put them in Tupperware, and then it means that you've got dinner sorted. Number 7 is a uni bank account. I don't know if there's a cut-off point for when you have to have a bank account, I don't know, but I have the Santander one personally because you get a free rail card with it and you get a £1,500 overdraft. I don't know, it might be useful. I don't know what other banking people, like what other banks do, but I know Santander is quite a popular one and that's one I use, so I would recommend. Next up are shoe racks. These were so useful. I use them now for me and my flatmates. We use them this year. They're like stackable, I don't know how to describe them and I don't have a video. If I can find a photo, I'll kind of attach what I mean, but they like stacked on top of each other and it meant that I could have like 10 pairs of shoes in a corner instead of having them like all out everywhere. It just makes your room more tidy, because in first year, it was so easy for my room to feel like a bomb had gone off because it was such a small space. So I'd recommend some organisational things. For number 9, I put door hooks. These are good. I had door hooks, well I got door hooks and then on my uni door it didn't work. So I don't know what my door had against a hook. I've seen other videos on TikTok of people where it's like their door hooks worked. I don't know why my accommodation just did not want my thing to work. Have I even said that I'm at Cardiff Uni? I don't know if I have. I'm at Cardiff Uni, by the way. I'm going into 3rd year. Not that that adds too much context, but number 10, the final thing for the little essentials is I put do not overpack. Now I know that's hard to say because obviously you haven't gone yet, so you don't know what you're gonna use and what you're not gonna use. I will just say that I overpacked so much that my dad had to get a taxi, like a van taxi. I'll insert some photos. He had to get a taxi to take me to uni because the stuff would not fit in the car. I don't think you need anywhere near as much as what I took. Like, it was an insane amount of stuff I took. So just look at everything and kind of think like, would I need this? And watch like a variation of videos to understand if other people say what you do need and don't need. Just kind of base what you bring off of that. Next up is some freshers advice, because freshers is the most silly time. Like when I think about first year freshers, like I don't know what I was on, but I was like going out like 5 or 6 nights a week, which like I don't recommend. Well, I do because it's hilarious, but like don't put yourself through that if you don't want to do that. Like don't force yourself to go out just because you will end up so dog ill, just so you know. This is some advice for like once you've moved in and then freshers. So this is a good one. I thought about this when I was brushing my teeth the other night and I ran into my room to write it down. That's really weird. It's to take a note of any damages that you have in your room when you move in, because if you move in and say there's like a big scratch on the wall or something and you are like, oh that's there, whatever, and you don't take a note of it, they could charge you at the end and you don't get your deposit back because they're like, well you didn't say that was there. So when you move in, take photos, take notes, take some sort of evidence of what is wrong with your room, so that then at the end, if they try and be like, pay us, you say, no. Package tickets, I think they're a little bit of a waste. I personally, when I was at home in the summer, right before going to first year, I was at my local club. This is such a weird story. I was at my local club and this girl that I know who was going to Cardiff with me, she came up to me and was like, have you bought this ticket? And I was like, no, I have not. She was like, you need to buy it. Like, it's the ticket. So I spent 40 quid on a week worth of tickets. Didn't use it once. Did not use it once. But then all my flatmates, or the ones that I was going out with, they all bought a ticket in the moment when they were at uni, because then they found out which were the clubs to go to, and then they got their ticket for 3 weeks for 30 quid. And I paid 40 quid for a week and I never used it. So just think about that. I would personally wait, because they always say like, soon to be sold out. Trust me, then they're probably not. Like, they are just lying to try and get you to buy a ticket because they want to make as much money as possible. If you're at Cardiff, the clubs that people go to in first year, this is just for Cardiff people. People go to like YOLO, Juice, Prism. But Prism's apparently it's been shut down. Apparently it's being reopened. I don't know. Heidi's, Proud Mary's, Boom Bar, Revs. Those are like the main places, I think. Next up this is just for like health advice. It's just pace yourself. Don't go crazy on the first night and be so hungover that you can't go out the next, because then you're missing out. I am someone who is at fault for this, where you would get so drunk and then you like can't go out the next night because you're that hungover. Just know that freshers is quite a long period of time. It's like, I think it's 2-3 weeks or 2 weeks. People are gonna be drinking all the time, every night that it's gonna be busy in clubs. So I would just think like, take it easy, because you know there's gonna be so many opportunities in the future where you can like have a drunk night. Get drunk, get turned, you know what I mean? But just don't go too hard on a night where you then can't go on the next, because you'll regret it. This is also kind of mixing with that is freshers flu. You will most likely get it. I don't know what was going on. I can't really remember that period of time. Like, I think I was ill the second I arrived to uni, so I kind of got freshers flu before I even had the freshers, which was fun. You will most likely get ill, so stock up. Boots is your bestie. Get ibuprofen, paracetamol. What's that stuff called? Berocca. Berocca's great. Get, is it Diarrhea, I think it's called? You can get them in Boots. They're like little sachets that you put in water, help with a hangover. I use those now. Don't know if they really help because I still get such bad hangovers. This is for people that are gonna be like doing prees. Prees is your best friend at freshers. Although freshers, Cardiff clubs are really quite good for the price. Like in the SU, like Juice and YOLO, you pay like £4 a double, which I think is pretty good. There's other ones like Heidi's where they try and charge you like £10. That's redonk, not good. Make sure you pre-hard. So for that, I would always recommend buying 1 litre bottles, because although 1 litre bottles when you buy them are expensive, they last you a lot longer than when you get like the tiny little ones for like £7. So this literally sounds like I'm an alcoholic. Like, how do I know this information? Yourself cheaper, like a big bottle of vodka works out cheaper. And then also for mixers, squash or, no, just squash. Squashka, it's the best pre-drink for if you're having vodka or wine. You can get a bottle of wine in like the co-op for like £3, £4. Some people I know have squine, squash and wine. It's a no. Tried it one night. Don't want to have it again. Squashka on the other hand, love it. It's my baby. I will die on the hill that Squashka is the best mixer for vodka, because you can drink it so easily and you're drinking water at the same time. The smoking area in freshers is the place to meet people. That if you want to become someone that like, if you want to try and become friends with a lot of people easily, get yourself in the smoking area, because you will have so many people that you can just walk up to, because everyone's in the same boat in freshers. Nobody knows anyone, so why would they be weird with you if you went up to them and just like, hey, what are they gonna say? I don't want to be a friend. Okay. Okay, so my camera did just die, so I've just recharged it, so the angle might have moved. I also can't remember what I was talking about, but let's get back into it. So I'm now going to talk about Freshers Fair. Freshers Fair, 100% you have to go. Freshers Fair is the way to join societies. It's the way to see a lot of people that might be in the same sort of like vibe as you. If you're someone that loves, I don't know, dancing, there'll be, is it really dark or is that just me? If you love a certain thing, you can join a society for it. Cardiff Uni has, I think, I'm not sure if this is a lie, probably. I swear it has the most societies out of like any uni. We have a Taylor Swift society, we have a Lana Del Rey society, we have a Doctor Who society, what else do we have? We have a lot of like unique, I'll use the word unique for them, but definitely go to Freshers Fair. You get free food. I go every year. I don't even join the societies most of the time. Free pizza, hello. I'm gonna go this year because I never joined a society in first year or second year, but I kind of want to join one this year, but I feel like I'll be like, not like a grandpa, I'm only 20, but I feel like everyone around me will be like really young, even though they're not, because they're only 2 years younger than me, but I don't know why I'll feel like I shouldn't be in one because I'm a third year, which is just like, I'll give you guys time to throw up now that I'm a third year. It's just not a vibe. But definitely sign up to a sport, sign up to a club, because everybody is in the same boat. It's a really good way to make friends. You can go to socials, Cardiff, if you're coming Cardiff. I know obviously a lot of people watching this will be like, shut up, we aren't going Cardiff. If you are, on a Wednesday, all the societies do their little thing, but they literally start drinking at like 6 PM and are in the club for 8. Cardiff SU is freaky deaky. I don't know what it's got going on. So the next topic that I want to talk about, I think, is one that is like a main point for a lot of people, is making friends and kind of the stress around making friends. I know I felt a certain type of way before going, because I was like, how is this going to work? Like, how am I going to make friends? Obviously your flat is a really good way to kind of get in with a group of people that you know. You're going to have to interact with them, and I had 7 people, I clicked with 2 of them, like closely, so that's good. I mean, that's like 25, no, not even 25%. You should find someone in your flat, or you should find someone in other flats that you click with. A way to create friends really easily is group chats. You should have a lot of group chats, especially now, but considering people go to uni in like a month. I have a lot of group chats on Facebook. That's how I joined the group chat for like my accommodation building. I also joined one for Cardiff Uni. I think I joined one for my course as well on Facebook. And I also got added to one on Snapchat when I actually went to uni. It's a really good way to make friends is through the Facebook groups, and also you have to remember that friendship groups, they change really easily. The second you go to uni, you could make a whole new group of friends. I made a lot of friends on my course and then made friends with their friends, and it's like you meet one person and then that one person will introduce you to like 5 other people. So it's quite easy to broaden your friendship group quite quick because everybody ends up just like becoming casual friends with everyone. Also, I would say this is just closely related to the topic of friends, is that a house for second year, you have to like sign for a house in second year. Do not sign that early. A lot of people think that they have to like rush and get it sorted before like November. How are you meant to know that the people that you become friends with in a month are the people that are going to be who you're close living together friends with in a year's time? I don't know. I left mine to really late. We didn't sign for our house until like March, April, which I would say is a little bit too late. I would say wait until either like late December, early January, because you can kind of suss out if you like them enough to live with them or whether you think it will work. I just wouldn't rush into it. And if all your friends are like, come on, just be like, we can wait, please. I would also say that naturally you'll make friends on your course. I made friends just from walking in on the first day, and you sit next to people and then you're like, hello, nice to meet you, I'm blah blah blah. Like one of my closest friends, Sydney, she might be watching. We met on the first day of uni because we both walked into a law firm thinking it was our uni building, which was fun. And we were like, are you a journalism student? She was like, yeah. And we were like, should we sit together? And now we've been on holiday together twice, so you live and you learn. I also want to talk about anxiety, because I am personally not an anxious person, but moving to uni is a very overwhelming experience. Like some people, even if you're the most like excited person in the world to go, you're like, I can't wait to be at uni. When you go and you're actually there and your parents leave and you're just in your own like home now, like that's your new home, it can be a really overwhelming experience. I know for me, when I first went, that we went on a night out on the first night of moving, and I wasn't anxious, I just felt like stressed of almost like I feel like what is going on. But just know that a lot of people, if not everybody, feels that way at some point in time. I felt like it for like a week, and then I felt fine. And you obviously have moments where you're like, oh, I want to go home. Like, I don't really get homesick, but I'm like, I just want to go home and see my family, obviously. But you just learn to live at uni, and you learn to understand that it is your new home, and that like, it's just a new experience. And it is honestly one of the, like, the way to describe uni is silly. Like, uni is silly. On the topic of first year as well, and kind of like anxiety, when you first start your course, you're gonna obviously feel a little bit like, but you will learn to adjust to it and everything. First year is the year where they're like, you don't have to worry, which technically you don't, because as far as I'm aware, every uni is where first year doesn't count. So you actually don't have anything that counts to your end degree, but the things that you learn in first year really help like set you up for second year and third year where this stuff actually counts. Don't treat the essays and the assignments and things that it's like, oh, I don't even have to try. I would still try and then just figure out what you need to do to improve, because come around to second year, you'll be a lot better at stuff and you'll thank yourself that you tried in first year. I would also say use uni help. I am shit at this. I do not use uni help. I'm definitely going to use it this year because third year, very important. Use like, if they've got drop-ins for assignments, if they've got an email where you have a question, just ask. You'll figure, like they won't say no because they need to help you. Like you're paying them more than enough money. So use uni help because it will come in handy, because they'll just tell you what to do to improve, and they're the person that's going to be marking your assignment. Now, just for some quick advice, I just wanted to do like some things, last minute things, that's kind of like things that you will end up needing or using, and just kind of tips. So I would say give everything a go. I've obviously kind of repeated that a lot with societies and things, but if someone that you meet on your course, even if you don't know if you like them that much, and they're like, do you want to meet for a coffee? Just say yeah. It's the same with a night out. I know sometimes you don't want to go on a night out, but even sometimes what I would do is if I like was tired or I was ill, I would go to the prees and not drink, and you would just sit and like everyone would be having a good time. So you're still included in what I would say is the most like social part of the night. So quick advice, have clubbing shoes, clubbing coat, clubbing shoes. My clubbing shoes have sick on them. You just need to have some like rundown shoes that you don't care about like literally getting trampled on. Try to develop some basic cooking skills before you go. I am not a good cook, but just try and learn some basic things. Ask your mum, ask your dad, ask a friend. Okay, can you teach me how to cook a few things? If you can, I would say use Aldi and Lidl because they are so much cheaper than everywhere else. Lidl, get the Lidl Plus app, that's lit. Be as sociable as possible. First night out, I went out, made some friends. You meet people so easily in Freshers, like everybody, the clubs in Freshers, like now when I think about it, it's like a hellhole. Like I could not imagine going to like Prism now because it's like a feral little playground. Like it's so packed and everybody is just like so like as a fresher, go to the nights out, be as sociable as you can. You don't have to get pissed, you just have to go and make some friends. Also, I put remember homesickness is expected. I obviously said that a bit earlier, but just kind of remember that when you feel that certain type of way, just think like it's more not normal to go and be like completely fine and never have any feeling of homesickness or any feeling of anxiety, because it's such a big change. Obviously you're gonna feel a certain type of way, but just know that coming from someone who's in 3rd year, uni has honestly been one of the funniest, like good experiences of my life, because you have like university and then you have uni, which is what people say. It's like university is like your lectures, your seminars, all that, and then you have uni, which is like your friends, your nights out, just doing like wholesome things. Me and my friend Emma a few weeks ago, we bought a paddling pool. It was a vibe. So that is all my uni advice that I have. I definitely have a lot more in my brain because so many things happen at uni and there's so many things like tips and tricks that you learn along the way. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like and subscribe. I'll definitely be doing vlogs when I'm back at uni in September because I can like vlog my weeks and I want to get back into it. So I'm definitely gonna do uni vlogs. So if you want to become someone that watches that, you can subscribe. I'll be back there in like a month's time, which is fun. I hope that you guys all have a really good rest of your week and your day, and I will see you guys whenever I make a new video. Bye.